yo estaré por siempre a tu lado. Nunca me alejaré. Prometo mi amor, te juro ante Dios, nunca te voy a faltar. Tu corazón no volverá a llorar. Se siente frío en tu corazón, seré tu abrigo, tu ilusión. Hasta ya no respirar, yo te voy a amar. Yo te voy a amar. Sigo muriendo por ti. Sigo muriendo por ti. Yo te quiero así. Sin tu amor en mi vida, no sé cómo podré yo vivir. Si siente frío tu corazón, un abrigo, tu ilusión. Este lleno respirar, yo te voy a amar. Si siente frío tu corazón, un abrigo, tu ilusión. Hasta ya no respirar, yo te voy a amar, baby. Yo te voy a amar. Hasta ya no respirar, yo te voy a amar. Yo te voy a amar. Yo te voy a amar. Yo te voy a externar. Jingle all the way.
This is KLMO 98.9 FM Dili San Antonio, K221GF 921 of San Antonio. This is KLMO 98.9 and 92.1 FM. We are San Antonio, Columbus Broadcasting Station.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the April Monterrosa Show with Adam Ace. It is a beautiful Saturday morning. I'm loving this weather. And it's perfect coffee weather. So in honor of Small Business Saturday, we have my Southside sister here, Miss Marta Alonzo.
Hi.
She is the owner and founder and operator of Sip and Sit With Me Coffee House. Is it
Hi.
coffee house or coffee shop? Or
It's
you don't
coffee
care?
house.
It is a house.
It is
though.
a house.
It's actually in a historical house.
Yes, it is.
And I think my favorite part of your coffee house is the view of Mission San
Yeah.
Jose.
Oh,
That you
yes.
get to
It's-
see
oh.
when you're sipping on your coffee.
Yes, it's beautiful, and I just love it, and everybody loves it too.
Yes.
So,
Well,
beautiful
welcome
view.
to the April Monterrosa Show with
Thank you,
Adam Ace.
ma'am.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being here.
Thank you both so much for having me. I'm
Yes.
grateful.
Yes.
Thank you.
So tell us, how did you get started in the coffee business?
Hi, Chihuahua. I always tell folks, well, the earth cooled and the dinosaurs died, and because it was such a long journey. If I had to boil it down to why I did it, probably is because my love for togetherness. Growing up with my parents, and we were poor, right? And we didn't have meat, and we just had arroz and frijoles, but we always had coffee. Mom always had coffee, and regardless of who came over, what day it was, there was always coffee, and there's always a panecito or a cookie or what have you. But around the kitchen table, well, that's how we gathered to drink the coffee, and so we always talked about family finances, family issues, the good news, the bad news. It was just, that's what you did around the kitchen table with your hands around a cup of coffee.
I love that.
Yeah, thank you. And that's if I like I said, if I had to boil it down to that, that would be why I did it.
I love that when you go into your coffee house, you know everyone's name
Yes.
and you know everyone's order.
Yes, man.
Speaking of coffee, I had a special delivery.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, I know the minute April walks in the door, I know exactly what she has. And and it's that concept of like the show Cheers.
Yes,
Yeah,
where everybody knows
knew
your name and what your drink is.
exactly. And that's what I love about it. We're small enough, and I pray and hope that I never lose my memory. But I won't forget what you drink. If you come in often enough, I won't forget.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that. And I think it's inspiring how you started this journey later on in life.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's never too late.
It's never too late, my friends, ever. And I always tell folks, if I may be late to the coffee game, but I'm and I don't have the experience for the coffee game yet, but I've got 60 plus years of human experience.
That's
what
not
you
true.
need.
That is not true on the experience part because you went to coffee school.
Yes. Well, that's true.
Tell us about that because I don't think people realize that there's a whole science and
Yes.
a lot of knowledge behind making good coffee.
Yes, there is. And so back in the day when you drank coffee out of a jar, it's easy, right? But there's science behind that, inside that jar of coffee, the origins, the way it's blended or grounded. There is a total science around it. So yes, there is a Texas coffee school up near Dallas. And I found out about it when I really seriously thought I want to do this. I want to end the part of life, or not end, but the last part of my life, I want to be happy and not work for somebody else. I wanted to work for me. So the research started, and I found this place, Texas Coffee School, and it's an A to Z, literally an A to Z comprehensive how to not just make coffee, but how to make sure that your machines are calibrated and the cleanliness of them, and who your roaster is, and where do you get your equipment, and all the ins and outs, and plus the operational. How do you finance this? How do you stay afloat? Well, how do you do pricing? It's a lot, but it was confirmation, and it was really something that I needed to confirm this is what I wanted to do.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
And now that was in 2018. So now you don't have to go to Dallas or anywhere else, which I recommend Texas Coffee School. Hey, Tom. But there's a lot of resources locally, and you really want to be buddy with somebody that owns a coffee shop, because if you're nice enough, they'll teach you. I'll teach you. I want to share my knowledge. I don't want to take it with me to the grave. I think that's why I learned, is so I can share it with others.
I love that. I know that you support other businesses
Yeah.
throughout San Antonio and surrounding areas.
Yes.
And especially other coffee shops
Yes.
and houses. You do.
I do.
Because they even come and see you.
Yes.
And so that speaks volumes of the type of person that you are.
Oh, thank you.
Because I think that, the more knowledge and the more opportunity that we're, presented with in life, we have to share with our community,
Absolutely.
especially our Latino community.
Exactly.
All ages, right?
Exactly.
Because nobody is ever going to be you.
No.
But they can use that knowledge
Absolutely.
to, make them prosper in their own endeavors.
Absolutely. And we get just recently this week, I had a couple come in, closer to my age, and they're both at retirement and wanted to do a coffee shop, and kind of were a little bit hesitant to ask me questions. And I said, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy. Let me share what I know. And they're like, well, we already ran a business. I said, okay, but this is coffee. It's a totally different animal. Yes, in the business sense, operational, it could be the same, but it's a different endeavor. And other coffee shop owners have to have come in and they introduce themselves. Thank you. And they'll say, and they offer, is there anything I can do for you? And I said, gosh, and it brings me chills because that is so nice. And not to come in with, I'm better than you, I've been around longer than you. That has never happened. Everybody's acted, and we have to bond together as small business owners because we've got bigger fights to fight, the corporate ones. Nothing against the corporate Starbucks, sorry. Which is a good business model, by the way. I mean, they're modeled, and people model themselves after them, and that's great. But there's the small folks, the local folks that we live here, we support here, and we're here to stay, you know,
sure.
and our heart is in it. Because if you do something you love, the money will come.
I totally agree with
Yeah.
that. Consistency is everything.
Consistency,
Yes.
absolutely.
And
absolutely.
kindness.
And kindness, you're
Because
right.
the more blessings that you give out, the more you receive.
Yeah. You know, and you're absolutely right. You know, we've had folks come in and they're $1 short or $2 short, and we're pretty affordable. However, I get it. You know, sometimes you just, and life happens and you don't have it, and that's like, sorry, it's coffee. It's not steak. Get me later.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I don't, I'm not saying that we give away everything free, but it's not going to cause a stressor. This is supposed to bring you joy, a coffee drink. It's not supposed to cause you stress. And if you can enjoy it and not break the bank, even better.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a quick short music break, and then we're going to talk about your menu and
Yeah.
favorite items from the community.
Perfect.
The April Monterrosa Show with Adam Ace, 9 to 10 a.m. You will hear your favorite Latinos in country music.
Ooh, yes.
Something about your big brown eyes in the neon, and the way that you wear your hair on a Saturday night. Put your boots on every weekend, just so I can spin you around all night. Nothing else that I'd rather do. Spend my night here dancing with you. So we danced all night long. The DJ played our favorite song till the bar lights they came on. Let me spin don't touch the ground. Let me dance you around this whole damn town. Every time the light hits you, look perfect. Like you're always right where you're supposed to be. So come a little closer for this slow dance, and keep those big brown eyes just locked on me. There's nothing else that I'd rather do. Night here dancing with you. So we danced all night long. The DJ played our favorite song till the bar lights they came on. Let me spin you around till my feet don't touch the ground. Let me dance you around this whole damn town. So we danced all night long. The DJ played our favorite song till the bar lights they came on. Let me spin you around till my feet don't touch the ground. Let me dance around this whole damn town.
All right, welcome back to the April Monterrosa Show. We had to get out of that sunlight.
I know it was.
I mean, I know we bring the
just
sunshine and all from the
relaxed.
south side, but
We do.
it was a little blinding. So tell us about Sip and Sit With Me menu, because you got a really cool menu.
Well, thank you. So I never intended it to have to be that big, to be quite honest.
Okay.
Because what I didn't want to replicate is somebody not knowing how to order. So, for example, a lot of folks are used to a picture of a drink, and we don't have like a drink that, oh, I'll have the April drink, and it's like, well, what's in it? And I want you to make what down the street a coffee shop makes. I was like, well, what's in it? So we're not, believe it or not all coffee shops are the same. We don't all use the same recipe, and we don't have all the same ingredients. But if we have the ingredients and you want that drink, we'll make it for you. So more of a hybrid. We don't have just a specific drink now. For example, for the winter, we had a winter menu. We had toasted marshmallow, we had eggnog, and all the fun holiday drinks. But those are limited. But our basic menu is just, I think we have like 30 syrups. And you can mix up to 2 and use your milk, whole oat, or almond. Why am I trying to sell you a drink? You're not here, but hey, 1 or 2 shots.
Speaking of drinks, I'm a big coffee drinker. Those that personally know me know this. And other big coffee businesses do not have pumpkin spice year round, but
No,
Miss Marta has pumpkin spice for me year round.
Yes, of course. And that's the thing, is that we find that we have a syrup that is like really in demand. We're going to keep it. We're going to try to keep everybody happy. Of course, we have to be cognizant of our pricing, because we don't want to have to buy a syrup that's really rare to find, and then we have to increase that in the price. So we would try to keep it budget friendly, but yeah, we'll do the best to keep you happy.
I love that. Do you have a favorite menu item that you make for yourself?
So believe it or not, it's not a coffee. It's a tea.
Okay. That you do carry. You carry
Yes.
matchas. It's
And-
not just coffee. You carry
Correct.
other drinks.
Correct. And we have teas, and then the matcha, which is very, very popular. And then we have the foams that go on the matcha. But we have teas, and my favorite is it's a British blend, and I make a British tea, and it's very soothing, and it's made just with British blend tea, a little bit of French vanilla creamer, and some honey, and that's it. And it's so soothing, and it's my favorite. And I recommend it when somebody comes in. You don't have something like, I have a sore throat, and we'll give them options of teas. You can have honey. But then I recommend mine, and then I get them addicted to my British tea. So I love my British tea.
Well, I love how you treat everyone the same. My 2 stepdaughters, Bella and Ruby, they love visiting
Oh, and
your
I
coffee
love
house.
them. I love
They
them.
love that you treat them like a VIP, and you know
Yes.
their drink, you know them and their matcha
Yes.
and their macchiato. Their matcha and macchiato.
Macchiato, there you
You
go.
probably know more than I do with
Yeah.
that.
No,
But
you're fine.
I love that. I love how you treat all ages the same, and you feel like you're visiting family when you go to your coffee
Right.
house. I love that.
Thank you. Recently we had a young gentleman come in, and he says he does a coffee page. And I said, great. So we started talking. He goes, what is your vibe here? What is your theme? And I'm like, I'm not understand what you're asking. He goes, what are you going?
He must have been young.
He was. He was young, 20-ish.
Yeah.
And I said, well, when you walked in, does this look like your tia's house? He goes, kind of. There you go. This is your tia's house.
I don't understand the younger generation and this cold brew.
Yeah.
I just don't. I can't.
No.
I've tried it.
Yeah.
And it's just not for me.
No. And you might as well just get iced coffee. Now, cold brew is a different process.
Okay.
So cold brew is you're actually brewing the coffee in cold water in the refrigerator for 48 hours.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a process. And to be quite honest, it does taste good, but it's like I would have to start, what's today, Saturday. Tomorrow I would have to start today to have ready for Monday.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
48-hour process. So, but we have iced coffee, which is fresh brewed coffee on ice. And to me, that's just as good. And people like that iced coffee. So there's two different things.
Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah.
See, I'm learning
Yeah,
today.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of iced coffee
No.
either. I
No.
tried it. It's not awful.
No.
But I
It's
don't know.
not
I
for
guess
you.
the way, my generation, you drink coffee hot.
Exactly.
Not cold.
But the thing is, it's rare that we'll get somebody just to drink iced coffee, but then they add creamers and sugars, and it's like, well, okay, you're not really drinking iced coffee, you're drinking a dessert. But
Yeah.
it's,
like
because
a
it's-
smoothie or
Exactly,
a shake or
you know,
something.
Yeah, it takes a lot. I mean, I pride myself in my dad because my dad he drinks straight black coffee.
So does my dad.
Yeah. So
Like,
see, I think it's just more of a generational thing.
Maybe.
But there are some folks, and I'll just have black and not add anything. It's like great, And I always explain to folks that we get our beans from Texas Grounds Coffee Company, and we get their local. They import from other countries, and then they roast it, and then we grind on demand.
Okay.
And so we want to make sure that we have freshly roasted beans. And we don't want to have a lot because we don't want them to go stale. So we're constantly trying to
It's a
rotate
whole
It's a process.
thing.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. And you got to make sure that we adhere, of course, to all the regulations from the health department. But you just want to be ethically, because what is ethics? You just do the right thing when nobody's
For sure,
watching,
for
and that's
sure.
what you do. You just do it right because you want to be known as a quality shop.
For sure.
Yeah.
As a Latina business owner, can you share a couple of challenges that you
Ooh.
have faced in your journey?
Oh my God, that's a great question. Yeah. And I how many people are listening? A lot of people, right?
Probably.
Yeah, so I have to be really careful. I did have a challenge at a location that's in a prominent area of San Antonio. And this was kind of one I wanted to be there. I knew the demographics. I knew that people would come in. And we started with this location and we kind of negotiated on how much we wanted as far as space and of course the rent. It took a long time to even get an answer from the landlord. I couldn't figure out what it was. We had the financing, we had the business plan, we had everything that we're supposed to have in order to open up the place. And the owner decided that they didn't want to rent to us.
Huh.
And they were not Hispanic, they were Anglo. I couldn't figure out why. And I asked their realtor, why? I mean, why? And he said, well, they just don't figure that they want to use that much space. I mean, it came out as like, nah, you're not telling
Yeah,
me the
for
truth.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
So what can I do? It was a prominent area, maybe maybe I wasn't right fit. Now, obviously I wasn't because I found the most perfect place on the south side.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And you're in a historical
Overlay.
home.
Yeah, yes.
So, I mean, we'll talk about that in
Yeah.
a bit. But back to the challenge. How did you deal with that? That probably had to sting a little bit.
It stung, and not just being Latina, but being a woman. So I had another instance right before I found this location, and I won't mention where, but it was near downtown, near the Alamo Dome.
Okay.
And so perfect place. It had the big windows. It had the nice tall ceilings. It had plenty of free parking. It was excellent. It was within our budget for rent. I met with the landlord, and I was ready. I had my financials again. I just carried them like a little Bible everywhere I went. And we sat and talked, and he looks at me and he says, I don't think you're going to be a good fit here. And my mouth just dropped. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he said, you startups, you new businesses, you think you're going to make it, and you're not going to make it. You don't know what you're doing. You don't have any history or any experience. And I was kind of like, dude, you don't even know me. I was devastated, to be quite honest. I think it's because I was a woman. I don't think he felt I was smart enough. I think that's what it was.
Okay.
I think my kindness and my gregarious nature probably makes me look like I don't know much. I do, but I was born at night, but not last night. Okay, so I know a little bit. But when I actually felt so dejected, April. I went home and told my husband, like, what the heck? And I said, I know. He just didn't know me, and he didn't want to rent to me. And I went into a kind of a little mini depression over it. I went and saw my therapist the next day, and she goes, why are you letting this? Because.
Yeah, for sure.
Why are you letting this? Because I've been on this journey for so long now. So I started in 2017, and this was in 2022. 5 years looking for a location, did all I was supposed to do. Crossed my T's, dotted my I's, did everything I was supposed to do, and I still wasn't good enough. I didn't get it. But it was right before I found this location. That one right there.
Everything always works out as it should.
Amen, sister.
I know how you feel. When I launched my publication, a lot of people didn't take it seriously, and they kind of, made jokes about it, especially because I was highlighting an underserved community. But it was motivating for me.
Was it?
Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I am, when things like that happen for me, or challenges arise like that, it just makes me more determined.
Yeah,
and
that
actually brings on a better. More valuable people.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah, you're right.
Because that's just negative. Like, why would you want to be around or work with negative people?
Exactly.
Right? So,
yeah.
So if that ever happens to you again, just kind of blow it off.
Yeah. I've learned.
Yeah.
You're absolutely learned, because that wasn't the last time. We've had folks come in and at the very beginning and wanted to know who I was, right? Who are you? Where are you from? Are you Harlandale or McCullum? And I said, neither, I'm sorry. And but I love the beauty of the South Side, how well united it is, and how tight-knit it is, and how they look out for one another.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad they kind of vetted me when I came to the neighborhood, because they found, hey, she's all right. She's all right. We'll keep her. And now, to be quite honest, I just can't imagine being anywhere else. I told my husband that the other night. So I just looked at locations, north side, east side, west side, and outside of the county. And now I can't imagine being anywhere else. I can't. So I'm around to stay for a while.
Oh, I love that. And tell us where your coffee house is. Give us the address.
Oh, yeah. It's at 3244 Mission Road, right on the corner of Roosevelt and Mission Road. Right across from the beautiful historic Mission San Jose. And I love being there. Not to mention the view I get every morning driving there.
Yes, the sunrise.
Oh my, wasn't that gorgeous?
It just peaks right over Mission San Jose. I mean, come on,
man, it's like
that is complimentary with your good coffee.
Exactly. I couldn't have planned it any better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, do not forget that the April Monterrosa Show with Adam Ace is partnered with Live from the Southside magazine. So be sure you check us out at www.livefromthesouthside.com. And we're going to listen to some more Latinos and country music.
Ooh, yeah.
Mama always warned me about guys like him, confident, strutting in, walking sign of bad news. Yeah, now I see why I should have turned away. My mind keeps telling me I should leave. My heart tells me to stay. I hate those late nights sitting in the kitchen just waiting for him to come stumbling home. Bartender, I'll take two. I'll keep thinking you'll change. You'll be a better man. You got some kind of hold on me. Misery loves company. I hate those late nights sitting in the kitchen just waiting for him to come stumbling home. Hate those white lies, sweet nothing's pouring out his mouth. It's Friday at his favorite bar. Those long drives through the countryside keep me holding on to him. We're not perfect, but it's worth it. Do you see what I go through? Bartender, I'll take two. Bourbon, gin, whiskey brands make me feel this way. You think about what I'm saying, I wouldn't have a smile on my face when I say I hate those late nights sitting in the kitchen just waiting for him to come stumbling home. Hate those white lies, sweet nothing's pouring out his mouth. It's Friday at his favorite bar. But I love those brown eyes, kissing midnights, baby, you're mine when we're all alone. I love those bright lights on the best side of the road while we're dancing in the storm. Those long drives through the countryside keep me holding on to you. We're not perfect, but so worth it. Do you see what I go through? Bartender, I'll take two. Yeah. Bartender, I'll take two. Bartender, 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 I'll take two. Bartender, I'll take two.
Miss Marta,
Yes, dear.
I love how you are just so passionate about your whole journey, even the bad.
Yeah.
I love that. What has been a big moment for you where you're just like, I am really doing this now?
Oh, probably we not. How do I say this? Probably when people continue to say, "I love it here. I love it here. I'm so glad you're here. Please don't ever leave." That's when it shows. I'm when I have like the bad or maybe the challenging customer, kind of like, ugh. And I've had a few of those. We get over them, right, and wish them well. And but it's the 98%. That's why I do it. That's why I get up at 5 a.m, and that's why I deal with all that we deal behind the scenes. Yes, for the pivotal moment, it was probably at our 6th month when we did the grand opening. We was late, but I think that was like I felt embraced, loved, supported, and I was like, yeah, it was worth it. It was worth it. All of it was all worth it. Yeah.
I love that. And, there are going to be people that you can't, they're just not happy
They're
people.
just not happy.
And I will say this because I am a regular at your place.
Thank you.
It's not a quick stop.
No.
Like you will see somebody that you went to high school with, or you will just run into someone that you know all the time. And everyone is just, they want to know how you're doing, and they
Yes.
want to sit and chat, and they want to sit with you over coffee.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
do.
really, like it's not the kind of place where you just, rush and I know you do that too, but
Yes.
it's the kind of place that you will go and you will spend a couple of hours reading or writing or whatever you you like to do.
Right. I think sometimes people, it's almost like a confessional.
Right?
People are starting to open up like, oh, I was just asking
It's
how
like a
you
beauty
were.
salon.
Yes, exactly. It's exactly right. By the way, what stays there, says there, stays there is what I say.
Yes.
It's like, feel free to, I don't charge for consulting or counseling. But it's like a bar, you know how you just
Yeah.
open up and you're comfortable, and when I hear the chatter of people platicando and talking, it's music to my ears. They're talking, and and folks, when you're sitting there quiet doing your work and you can't help but get interrupted,
Oh,
people
yeah.
come up to her, and because they're like, "Hey, you come here," and we're very blessed that we've had just a myriad of people that have come through from the homeless, which they always get a free coffee because, it's just coffee. We get people from CEOs, doctors, professors, students, tourists. And I love when we get a tourist crowd because then people approach them because they hear their accent.
Yeah.
And so they're locals like, hey, where are you from? Well, they're from London or what have you. And that quick connection happens from all over the world.
Yeah.
So we have a book at the shop and it's called, it's a guest book, Near or Far. Let us know who you are. And so we always give that out for the locals or the tourists and sign here or just give us some feedback or just let people know you stopped by. And I love that book. I treasure it with all my heart because it just shows people are willing to share where they're from.
What's been the furthest location a customer has come from?
Let's see. We've had a lot of Europeans. We've had, let's see, from all over the nation as well. Africans as well, from Africa. New Zealand, Finland.
That is super
Yes,
awesome.
Austria. So from all over the world. I love that because the world comes to see our beautiful San Jose Mission and our beautiful city. And so we were right across the street and they want to grab just a shot of espresso, folks. They don't drink this milk and syrup. It's straight up
the straight
espresso.
stuff.
Yeah, they get it and it's very flattering that they like it. So that means it's good.
Well, I have to, I'm checking out our Facebook Live on the KLMO 98.9 FM page, and I see Mr. J all the way. He says, go,
Yeah.
Grandma.
Oh, hey, Jake. Are you doing okay at the shop? Are you washing all the
You're
dishes?
not supposed to be watching this. You're supposed to be minding the shop.
Yes. Maybe washing all those dishes. Sorry. Love you.
Do you have any advice for anyone that wants to get into owning their own business?
Oh my gosh. I you have to do it. That fear that you have, and if you have fear, that means you want to, and that means that you should. Because fear is going to if you don't do it, you're going to never know how it was. I was scared as heck. I'm scared almost every day to make sure that we're going to do this right every day because it has to be consistently right.
For sure.
But for sure, I mean, and you don't have to start off big. Talk to somebody, talk to a business owner, talk to those that are willing to share their knowledge. I mean, get a business advisor. I connected with UTSA Small Business Development Center with Crystal Darby. She's my business advisor. Mentors. Get out there and do your research, but talk to somebody. And if I can do it at the age of 60, you can do it at whatever age. And I'm an old chick, as I tell folks. And I said, but I can't imagine doing anything else now. And it's hard work, but I just can't do anything else.
Well, you definitely look happy doing it.
Thank you.
I see you quite often.
Yay!
But every time I see you, or when I'm noticing other customers come in, they're so happy to see you, and you're so happy to
Yes.
see them.
Oh,
and it's just
yes.
like that's your vibe.
That's
That's
my
the
vibe.
vibe.
That's the
I don't know what
vibe.
you call that. I
don't
guess
either.
it's very warm and fuzzy and family
Yeah.
and friendly, and
Yeah.
that's the vibe.
Yeah.
So you have a vibe.
We have a
We
vibe.
just have to name it.
Yeah, I don't know what to call it. That's right. You're right. And it's like you're coming to my house. I would treat you the same if you came to my house. And I love that. I love that people love us, but I also love the ones that challenge us because then we're not perfect. And those that like, if, we make a boo-boo and it's like, well, let us fix it for you. Don't, come to me first because that's as a business, you want to be given the opportunity for improvement, right? Because we're not perfect. And I love that because we have to take away everything that comes negative and say, okay, what did I do? Number one, to deserve that. I didn't. But however, what do I learn from it? And you have to learn from everything, a lesson, right? And just take it to heart and it'll be better. Every day is a clean slate.
For sure. And you never know if someone's having like a bad day or, they left their house and something happened. I mean, you just never know with people. I mean, that's how it is when you work with the general public.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I never know who's going to walk in that door. Now, I real quickly, in December, my first month that I opened, I'm like rose-colored glasses and everybody's nice and fuzzy and warm. Well, that didn't happen. I had somebody that was actually going to rob me.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, the first month I was there, and it was very scary. I didn't realize I was being cased and getting set up to be robbed. Like, I have like $2 in the register, dude. I just opened, but okay.
Wow.
But luckily, it didn't. I was safe, and it was very quick, and it called the police. So we set stuff in action. We connected with a safe officer, and now we had to put processes in place to be able to recognize when somebody's coming in with malintent. Wow. It's unfortunate.
That's very scary.
It was very scary. I was alone.
I'm glad nothing happened.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, money and things can always be replaced, absolutely. But you cannot be.
Yeah, exactly. So scary, but that's part of the business. You never know who's going to walk in that door.
For sure.
Yeah.
You guys are very involved in the community. You've hosted several events, and you also have been a sponsor at community events, bringing your coffee and sharing that with different event attendees. Share a little bit about some of the events that you've had at your coffee house.
So at the coffee house, we've had the Texas Latinos Conservatives. They had an event there, Gonzaba. It can be nonprofit. It can be for-profit. We kind of have to be really careful for the profit because we're really not known our space to have pop-up events, so to speak. We're more like community engagement events. They're going to engage the community and not cost the community anything to be there. So that's why we have to be really careful because we wanted the space to be able to everyone to enjoy. We just hosted so many. We had storytelling at our place, which was really nice, and that was something new. And then, of course, we go outside of our place to help with other events, On Par Golf with their nonprofit, the Flamingo Club. And now we're going to go with the Italian Society here in a couple of weeks. And so we just love getting out there, the city council, anywhere we can be. It's okay. Be honest, right, Marta? It's part of marketing. That's our marketing dollars at work. Right? So we don't have a big marketing budget as you're supposed to have, but we have coffee and people love coffee. And so if we give, then we get, right? So that is a part of us being out there, but it's also something we love to do. Like last April, the parade, is it the Harlandale Parade?
Oh, the Cultural Arts Parade.
Yes.
I emceed that event.
You did.
It was so fun, and I'm like, I should have stopped at Marta's place. It's like across the street, but I couldn't. I couldn't leave the station.
Right. Oh, it was quite the parade.
Oh,
it was. It was our first time to watch that. My gosh, it is quite the endeavor.
Yeah, shout out to Harlandale ISD.
Ooh.
I know we have a Harlandale Indian, Mr. Adam Ace.
Yes.
Is very prideful of his Harlandale ISD roots. And they go all out for their cultural arts parade every year. If you like parades, they have both the McCullum and Harlandale high school bands that march in it. And, of course, all their middle schools and elementaries. But, man, they go all out.
Oh, yes.
They have their own floats. I mean, the families involved, old alumni. Like, it's cool. So I think that's in
April.
In April, yeah.
Yeah, it was in April last year. So what we did last year, because it was our first spring, we closed the shop, but we put our shop outside. So we put out coffee and water, and we sat outside so we could watch the parade.
Lovely.
And gave out coffee. And that was so much fun. I can't wait to do it again.
I know. I hope I get to do it again this year because it was super fun.
Blast, man. If you haven't seen it, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yes. Well, we're going to take a quick short music break. If you guys have a favorite local country music artist, be sure you let me and Adam Ace know so we can get them on our playlist.
Heading down to Corpus Christi, my own stomping ground. I can still see her hair in the wind against the lights of this town. I remember all the days at the beach till the sun went down. The nights of your innocence, baby, where our love was found. And days go by, life goes on, dreams still die, some live on. And sometimes I wonder if you ever think of me. I can still close my eyes and I go back in time to Corpus Christi. Heading down Ocean Drive with the radio on, beneath the gray skies, our song plays on. They say time always mends everything, but as the sun goes down, I find I won't find my peace, not in this town. And days go by, life goes on, dreams do die, some live on. And sometimes I wonder if you ever think of me. I can still close my eyes and I go back in time to Corpus Christi. And sometimes I wonder if you ever think of me. I can still close my eyes and I go back in time to Corpus Christi. I can still close my eyes and I go back in time to Corpus Christi.
What is it, Carmen?
Calamo Tejano, 90.9 FM, San Antonio's 92.1. Welcome back. April Monterrosa Show. Quick shout out to Connie Piedra checking in, Jan Ortiz, and we also have Seguro Amigo app checking in, Sabrina Hernandez, also Fernando Espinosa Salas, Ana Tamez Dortmund, Ernest D. Hernandez, J.A. Alataway, Ana Martinez, Neri Trevino Gutierrez, Angela Garcia, Ruby Ann Garza, and J.A. says, what is it, Carmelo Maldonado Grandma? What? I don't know.
He's being silly.
Okay.
That must be a specialty drink or something.
No, it's a caramel macchiato.
Yeah, that's
He's
Bella's
being-
favorite
Maldonado.
drink.
Oh, I see what he did there.
Yes, he's being silly.
He's supposed to be running the shop.
I know. Hello. Get off the phone.
So share with us some great things to come.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. So thank gosh we got our first. Thank goodness we got our first year out of the way. So now we can kind of take a little breather and focus on things to come. So we had our outside patio open for a while, but we want to make it more appealing and kind of make it a venue, an outside venue where actually people could come and have a wedding or a baby shower or whatever, weather permitting, right? Because it's outside. So we are going to make our outside patio a little bit more appealing, and people want to be able to use it. And people can use it now.
It's very pretty back there.
Yes, and we have a sweet gal that's in the neighborhood that she loves plants. Thank you, Belle. And she's our plant ambassador, le digo. And she does really well with our plants. But then we've got, we were just talking about if I have pastries or anything, we didn't, but we're looking into getting, and now we know that the demand is there, so we need to get an oven and start baking, and we just got to find a little process for it. So that's coming, fresh baked goods.
Well, that's exciting for those that love, desserts, pastries.
Yeah.
That's really not my jam.
Yeah, mine either,
I
actually.
will drink 4 straight cups of coffee
Yeah.
without pastries.
Yeah, and me too. And what we've had since we opened is free cookies, and so
That's a cute little touch. So if you go to Sip and Sit with me, explain the process. So
Yes.
you order, and then Miss Marta has like a case
yes
with all these goodies if you're into sweets.
Yeah, and that was part of kind of no, you don't go anywhere and you don't get anything for free, right? Where? And if you do, let me know. But it's a cookie, and it's just like, and we get a lot of people that say they just want to grab something really quick, and they do ask for pastries and whatnot. Some have asked for tacos. Sorry, not going to do the taco thing. We have a lot of delicious restaurants right around the corner and down the street for that. But free cookies, and it's just a small cookie, an Oreo or whatever we have there, and it's just grab a cookie on the way out, and that's a nice little touch. I think people appreciate it, and they're kind of like, it's free? Yeah, it's free, take it. And that's just a little,
A little thank you.
A little thank you, a little token of our appreciation, sure. Also, what's coming up is that now that we are kind of really settled down on the first floor, we have a second floor. And there we're going to renovate or just kind of make it really pretty. Upstairs, it has a full kitchen. It has 2 bedrooms or 2 rooms, and it had a dining room. So it's still there. But what we're going to do is going to open up for meeting space.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So if you have a meeting with clients or you have a book club or, just different, maybe just want to get a private meeting going where you don't have the hustle bustle of the door downstairs and all the people chatting, we'll have that available. Hopefully by summer, we'll have that available. And you have a beautiful view of Mission San Jose from up there.
Yes, I bet. There's already one
Yes,
downstairs.
Yeah, so it's a really beautiful view. So we'll be opening that up, and it'll come with, if you want a carafe of coffee or whatever, it'll be a meeting space.
I have meetings in there myself, and I see other customers do the same. But something that really stuck out to me, Miss Marta had I don't know if it was a Bible study group. It was a bunch of young, like 20s, early 30s group of girls, women. And they were there drinking coffee. They had their Bibles. They were reading, scripture and talking about their week, talking about, things that they have going on in their lives. And that was just so cool to see, because you don't really see young 20-year-old, early 30-year-old women doing that.
You're
and
right.
I actually was working at the time, and I'm like, I'm gonna go, back to my office, and I'm like, no, I liked listening to them. So I've noticed that there's been a lot of really kind groups that hang out there. So that says a lot. That speaks volumes about the coffee house.
Yeah, thank you. And it's beautiful to hear, and you're especially right with the youth. and young women and getting in there and getting together, like you said. And if we don't have the space because our occupancy load is 20 inside, we have our outside, of course, and that's open to as many as you want. But it is very comforting, and people don't mind it. People don't mind it, nobody's walked out and said, "I don't want to hear all of that."
Yeah.
Well, you don't, but it's comforting to know that they're comfortable enough to bring that to our space.
I love that.
Yeah.
Tell our listeners how they can find you and your coffee shop.
Yeah, so we're at 3244 Mission Road, right across from the gorgeous historical Mission San Jose, the queen of all the missions. And we're on the corner of Roosevelt Road and Mission Road, and 3244 Mission Road, and two-story house, looks like a house. Well, it is a house that's been there a very long time. And we have plenty of parking, and we're just really grateful and welcome you to come in when you're ready.
I love it. We're going to take one more quick music break, and when we come back, Miss Marta's going to do some shout-outs on the radio.
Oh, shoot. You're funny.
Speaking of shout-outs, I want to do a quick shout-out for a birthday boy today, Que Alamo artist Pete Ibarra from the Emilio.
Happy birthday.
Emilio
Happy
Navarra days.
birthday.
It's still out. He's listening, so happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday.
Long neck cream bottles full of Mexican beer. I got the mariachi singing to her near as she glows. She's grinning ear to ear. I sent her a rose, she turns with a tear. Love has been trouble, baby, over the years, but you know I gotta show no fear. We laughed and cried and sang all night. We put 'em down about 12 rounds. She tells me that there's one way to her heart. She said, feed me tacos, tell me that I'm pretty, babe, I don't need much. I hope you feel the way I do. I just wanna be loved by you. I said, viva la vida, viva l'amor. I got you, pretty mama, wanna be your troubadour. I'm the one you're looking for. Hold me tight, dance with me all night. Love me till daylight. Don't let go, don't let go. Love me. We laughed and cried and sang all night. We put 'em down about 12 rounds. She tells me that there's one way to her heart. She said, feed me tacos, tell me that I'm pretty, babe, I don't need much. I hope you feel the way I do. I just wanna be loved by you. I said, viva la vida, viva l'amor. I got you, pretty mama, wanna be your troubadour. I'm the one you're looking for. Feed me tacos, tell me that I'm pretty, babe, I don't need much. I hope you feel the way I do. I just wanna be loved by you. Viva la vida, viva l'amor. I got you, pretty mama, wanna be your troubadour. I'm the one you're looking for. Hold me tight, dance with me all night.
Welcome back to the April Monterrosa Show. Miss Marta.
Yes.
Let's do some
Here.
Southside shout-outs.
Southside to my crew at Sip and Sit with me. Thank you for holding down the fort. Jacqueline, Patricia, Jake Austin, and my husband Eddie. Thank you so much. Shout out to all our coffee friends. Thank you so much for the support and love that you've given us, and to the future coffee friends that you'll be coming in soon, I hope. Shout out to April. Thank you.
Of course.
You're amazing. In real life, too.
Can we give out that address one more time?
3244 Mission Road, San Antonio, Texas, 78214. Right across from the beautiful Mission San Jose.
Well, thank you so much for spending your morning with us.
Thank you for
and
having
for my
me.
special coffee delivery.
Yes, ma'am.
Shout out to Miss Angela Garcia. She's working hard at La Mesa Restaurant in Poteet, Texas. And of course, my fabulous friend, Miss Jan Ortiz. Happy special birthday to your mama.
birthday.
Give her a hug
Happy
for me.
birthday to your mama.
Thank you for tuning into the April Monterrosa Show with Adam Ace, where we play all of your Latinos and country music hits. And we will see you next week.
I like whiskey, she likes red wine. Been drinking night and day. Wish